Greetings from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So this is the third stop on my autumn adventure of hopping around different cities and different countries. The reason that I ended up here is that I knew I wanted to come to Mexico before potentially leaving the West Coast, meaning specifically LA and California, potentially permanently. I wanted to make sure I hit like different stops on the West Coast that I really wanted to go to, and Mexico was on my list. So I told a few friends that, friends in LA, and I would say 4 to 5 gay guys told me, you have to go to Puerto Vallarta. It's a gay tourist destination, it's very gay friendly, you should go there. So I went off of that good faith. Like I didn't do any research, I just knew I wanted to go to Mexico, and I have all these friends recommending this place, and it's gay friendly, so I was like, why not? Let me try this out, let me see what all the fuss is about. So I'm here. I will say this place is a gay tourist destination through and through. Like I don't think I've ever been to an international city that is this gay friendly and gay centric. Of course, I've been to international cities where they have like a gay neighborhood. Barcelona, I remember, had a gay neighborhood. Paris kind of has that. A lot of cities, especially like the big metropolitan cities, they typically have a gay neighborhood. But this is like the whole town, the whole city it's kind of run by gays. And it's funny because it actually reminds me of West Hollywood. I kind of feel like I never left, except that the food here is Mexican and very cheap, and there's Mexicans around, obviously, but there are also, like, the same type of guys that you see in West Hollywood, you see here. Like, a lot of white American gay men, presumably from the West Coast, they either reside here full-time, part-time, like they have a second residence here, or they own a local business, or they work in the tourism realm here. So it's very interesting because that's unexpected. Of course, it's really nice to be somewhere where, you know, it's foreign. I don't speak the language here. It's a different country, and yet I feel completely comfortable as a gay person. Every few blocks you see a rainbow flag or a gay bar, or you see gay guys walking down the street, and it's kind of conspicuous that they're gay guys. So in that sense, I would recommend this place. Like, as a gay tourist destination, it's fun because there are so many bars and so many restaurants and nightclubs, and it's so cheap here. Like, you eat like a king for $10 US. So I would definitely recommend people check out Puerto Vallarta, especially if they're local, if they're close to it, if they're close to the border in the US, and if they want like a cheap, a cheap trip, it's definitely great for that. That being said, I think that this place is ideal for like a romantic getaway for two or a group of friends, because it is so cheap and because there are so many bars and restaurants. It kind of feels to me like it's an adult playground, almost like Las Vegas, but like the gay version, because it is so gay centric. You can find anything scandalous here that, adults who like nightlife and who like to be naughty can find. And what I mean by that is every 5 blocks somebody's offering you weed or cocaine or cigars or massages. Some guy literally came up to me as I'm walking innocently down the street, and he was like, you want massage? You want massage? You want big dick? And I was so shocked that, like, I'm just walking down the street and he's that bold. And that makes me think that, A, he must get a lot of people who are like, sure, for him to be that bold to try. And second, that gives you an idea of like how gay-centric this place is, that people are trying to seduce you in that way into taking your money for like a sexual exchange or whatever. So it's funny to me, it's like kind of entertaining, but I'm also kind of grossed out by it, that I now, after being here for about a week, I get the sense that a lot of guys must come here to basically do the things that they can't get away with as easily in America, and also it just costs them less money to do it here. So of course, the title of this video is Gay Dating in Puerto Vallarta, right? So I came here curious about like what it really is to live here as a gay person, not just the tourism aspect of it. So because of all the things that I mentioned, and the experiences with gay dating that I'll go into in a second, I have not had a positive impression of actual gay dating here. Like, when it comes to serious gay dating, not just like a casual fling or being here for a weekend and, getting drunk and having fun with your friends. Outside of that, like actual gay dating, I was shocked by how little men there were on the apps. Like Tinder, I went through everybody in 5 to 10 minutes, and I was shocked by that because it is so gay-centric. Like even if it's all just tourists, I would think there's a lot more people on there. Grindr, I had a similar experience to what I shared in my last video, gay dating in Las Vegas, in that as soon as you add a filter on Grindr, like let's say you only want to see guys between age 20 and age 30, or only guys who are looking for dates, or only looking for hookups or whatever, half the grid is local guys, and then quickly it's like 20 miles away, 50 miles away, 100 miles away. Of course, this is, again, small town. It's not a huge major city, so that's not shocking. But because of how gay-centric it is, I was surprised by that. But then I thought, well, I guess maybe because there are so many gay establishments here and it is so open, friendly, I guess people maybe don't feel the need to rely on apps. They just meet in person. And I will say I went out one night, a weeknight, to a few bars, gay bars, and it was raining quite heavily, and the bars still had a pretty decent crowd. So, you know, there is something cool about that it is so gay friendly and open, that people are out living their lives and they're not, you know, behind a fake profile on Grindr like I noticed in Hawaii. If you saw my video on gay dating in Hawaii, that was my first stop of this trip. So, you know, there's a lot of pros and cons, I think, about this place. It's fun, it's casual, but I don't know how it would be actually living here, like how serious it would be gay dating. I think it's probably one of the places where I've received the most sort of directly sexual messages on Grindr, and yes, I know it's Grindr, but like a lot of them. Like a lot of guys just sending, you know, X-rated pictures, and that's not my first time receiving that, but here, I think people are used to that culture of it's, you know, you drink, you maybe do drugs. A lot of guys advertising massages, again, on these apps. So for gay dating, I say no bueno. But if you're looking for like a fun, cheap place for just gay debauchery, I would say yes, it's worth trying here. I'm somebody who needs a lot of stimulus. Like I like big cities, I like exploring, and to be honest, I got bored here within a few days because you can only keep eating and drinking for so long. So that's my take on Puerto Vallarta. Would love to hear your feedback if any of you guys have been here before or are even from Mexico perhaps. Stay tuned for more gay dating videos.